Hello everyone. In this video we will see how to download and install the Keil Microvision 5 IDE, which we will be using for programming 8051 microcontroller. To download the IDE, search in Google for Keil C51. The first link is from keil.com. Click on Keil 8051 microcontroller development tools. It will take you to the product overview page. Now click on download in the menu bar. Click on product downloads. It will take you to a page which lists all the products available for download from Keil. So we are interested in C51. And the latest version of C51 is 9.6a. So click on C51. It will take you to a page where you need to fill your details in a form to download the software. So enter the details and click on submit. Once you click on submit, it will take you to the page having the download link. Click on this link to download the demo version of Keil C51. This demo version has a limitation, that is the code size is limited to 2K. But this is sufficient for doing lab experiments. Once it is downloaded, we will get a file like this, which is the setup file. Double click this file. It will start installing the software, that is C51 IDE, onto our computer. Check the license agreement. Click on next. Next. Enter your details. Click on next. Based on the speed of your computer and RAM, it may take few minutes to get the software installed. Click on finish. Once the installation is complete, you will have a Keil Microvision 5 icon on your desktop. Next, we will see how to create a new project, how to compile the project and create the hex file. Open the IDE by double-clicking the Keil Microvision 5 icon. Once opened, we can see a project window where the project file and associated subfolders and files will be listed. We also have a build output window where all the messages will be displayed. To create a new project, click on the project item on the IDE menu bar and select New Microvision Project. It's always good to store a project in a separate folder. So create a new folder and name it as Project 8051. Open this folder. Now give a name for your project file. Say first project. You can see that the extension of this project file is .muv project. Click on save. Once done, you will be taken to the device selection dialog where you can select the 8051 device for which you want to develop the software. Keil has support for a wide variety of 8051 derivatives on its IDE. These are organized according to the manufacturer. Here I am using AT89S52, which is a popular 8051 family microcontroller. Enter AT89S52 in search. And select the microcontroller. When you select the particular microcontroller, the features of the selected microcontroller will be displayed on its right pane. You can see that this is an 8051 based full static CMOS controller with 3-level program memory lock, 32 IO lines, 3 timer counters, 8 interrupt sources, watchdog timer, 2 data pointers, 8K flash memory and 256 bytes of on-chip RAM. Now click OK to confirm your choice. Now you will get another dialog asking you to copy startup.A51 startup routine. This routine will clear data and optionally P data and X data memory, sets up stack, initializes C global variables and jumps to the main C function. If you do not add this, the compiler will automatically add a startup file from Keil library. You can also add your own startup code, but it must do all the functions. If it doesn't, you may encounter runtime problems that are difficult to debug and diagnose. In this case, I am going to do an assembly language program, so I'll click No. Next, we'll see how to write an assembly language program, how we can compile it, build it, debug it, run it, and see the output. To write the code, go to the File, select New, or click on Create an empty document button. Save this file in the same folder where you have created the project. Let the name be first program and make sure that you give the extension as .asm as we are writing an assembly language program. Click on Save. Now, after saving, we need to add this file to the project. For this, expand this tree, right click on source group 1, select add existing files to group source group 1, select the program first program.asm, click on add and click close. Now, if you expand this tree, you can see that the first program ASM is listed under source group 1. Now we need to write the program in this file. I have already written a program to set and reset the pins of port 1 in 8051 microcontroller. I will copy and paste it to this file. In this program, you can see we are assigning port 1 with 111111, and after a delay, again we are assigning port 1 with 0, and again after a delay it will go to the start. Here we have a delay subroutine. The delay time can be changed according to the number loaded on the various registers. Now to compile your program, click on the translate button. Once you click on the translate button, the messages will be displayed in the build output window. Here you can see that there is one error in this program, and if you just see the previous line, you can see that error is in line number 9. So line number 9, it is written as delay subroutine. So this is a comment. For commenting it, you have to use /. Now you can just compile it again by clicking translate button, and you can see that there is 0 error and 0 warning. Now if you open the folder, you can see that 2 folders are created, and we have 2 files, .obj file and .lst file created. Now to build the project, click on the build button or click on the project in the IDE menu bar and select build target. Here you can see that the project is built successfully with 0 errors and 0 warnings. Now if you go back and see the folder, we cannot see any hex file created after the build. So to create the hex file, right click on target, select options for target 1, click on output tab and check create hex file. Here you may update the crystal frequency also. Since I am using a crystal with frequency of 11.0592 MHz, I'll update this with 11.0592. Now click OK. Next, rebuild the project. Now if you see in the project folder, under objects folder, you can see that the hex file is created. If you open this file, you can see that there is some hex opcode. Next step is to debug the program. For this, click Start or Stop Debug Session button, or press Ctrl F5, or go to debug icon on the IDE menu bar and select Start or Stop Debug Session. Now a message will pop up indicating that this particular Microvision version is running in evaluation mode with a code size limit of 2K. Click on OK. Now the interface has changed and you can see the registers with the current values on the left hand side window. This program is written to change the status of the pins of port 1. To see the status, go to Peripherals item on the IDE menu bar and select IO ports and port 1. A new window will pop up indicating the status of the pins of the port. While debugging, we must be familiar with 4 buttons. The first one is step. This is used for step-by-step execution of the program. Next is step over, which is a single step over a function. Next one, step out, which is not enabled now. So this will be enabled only if the cursor is in the subroutine or the function. Next is run to cursor line. Once clicked, the program will be executed until the current cursor line is reached. We'll see how this works in this particular program. Now you can see the cursor is at line 3. If you click step, it will execute this line 3 and it will go to line 4. Next again, if I click step, it will go to this delay subroutine. But if I click step over, it will execute this function and the cursor will come directly to line number 5. So here I'll use step right now. So if I click step, it will go to the delay subroutine, and again step, it will go to the next line in delay subroutine and it will execute like that. Now we can see that the step out button is enabled. This is because the cursor is in a subroutine or a function. If you click this, it will execute this subroutine and move to the next line in the main program. So it has gone to line number 5. Now if you click step, it will go to the next line. Here there is a subroutine call. If you click step, it will go to the subroutine. But if you click on step over, it will execute the subroutine and the cursor will directly come to next line, which is sjump start. Next, to see the operation of run to cursor button, so click on a line, so the cursor will be in this particular line, so that is line number 6. Now if you click run to cursor line button, the program will be executed till that particular line. Finally, to run the program continuously and see the output, click on the run button. Now you can see that the port pin status is changing at regular intervals. In this video, we have seen how to download and install the Keil Microvision 5 for 8051, how to create a project, compile the project, build the project, create hex file, debug and run the program. In the upcoming videos, we will see how to write embedded C code, how to dump the code to the 8051 microcontroller and execute from the hardware. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon to get notification when a new video is uploaded. Thank you.